Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue and I am back for another power review, you guys. Before I get into it, I want to remind you guys to check down below in the description box for my links to Scentbird, to Omiyage hair care products, my email for MFN advice. I will be doing the MFN advice live this Thursday night at 8 p.m. So I hope to see you all there. So email me your letters at BONDY.BRITTANY@gmail.com. Also, if you need any help with your credit and you want to get that score higher, get at me at my email as well. Just make sure you put in the subject box credit. All right. So now that I've gotten that out the way, let's go ahead and get into power. So Vincent calls Tommy and Sammy to the ball. Okay. And Sammy is like, you know this is probably because of you, right? You know you didn't did this shit, right? No, you didn't fucked up. Kane didn't let it slip last episode, didn't let it slip. He kind of wanted to tell Vincent that Dre was the one who did the hit on Tommy. We know that's not true, but that's what they wanted the Italians to think, that Tommy still had beef with Dre so that the Italians wouldn't want to fuck with Tommy anymore. And that's exactly what happened. Vincent calls them both down, has Teresi come out and makes both of them get on their knees and tells Teresi that if he doesn't choose one of you motherfuckers to shoot, then there's going to be 3 dead motherfuckers up in here tonight, okay? So Teresi chooses Sammy. He pulls the trigger and nothing comes out. Apparently it was all a ruse. And Vincent says we're always going to be family, but that's all we are. And tells Tommy that I think it goes without saying that I won't be needing another shipment, okay? Deuces. I was like, wow, Vincent, I like you. Like, I don't know. Like, I was like, really, Vincent? You had him do all of this? Like, everybody was scared they was going to die or that they was going to kill somebody that really mattered to them. And then all of a sudden, no, we're still family. I'm just not fucking with you anymore. Ha, ha, ha. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, Vincent. All right. I don't know why. I was like, Vincent has morals. So this week is the birthday of Tariq and Raina, the twins' birthday. All right. And we all know this is going to be a very stressful time. If not anything, obviously, Raina's first birthday being deceased. Her being what was it, 17th or 18th birthday, which are both huge birthdays for young people. OK, and now to have all of this other shit going on, the police popping up. It's a lot. OK, it's already a lot. So Tariq is coming home from Choke for a birthday little dinner celebration type of situation, and Ghost picks him up and they're in the car, they're on their way home. And Ghost just kind of makes this very dismissive statement about their past, and that Tasha can tell her side. That's her side of the story. Maybe one day he'll tell Tariq his side, and Tariq wants the truth. He feels like he needs the truth. And the fact that Ghost refuses to tell him the truth, even when it's already out the bag, even when we already know what we here for, he still refuses to be honest with Tariq. And Tariq is upset about that. And you could tell the look on his face told the story, okay? The look on his face was basically a foreshadowing for the end of the episode. So Tasha and Silva are waiting in line to pick up a cake for Tariq's birthday. All right. They just finished having a night to themselves, you know, getting it in. He's still trying to convince her to move into his apartment. And I'm like, sir, she's not even divorced yet. OK, you need to cool your fucking heels, Silva. OK, I don't like you as it is. All right. I really don't. I don't like you. But the fact that you keep pushing her away from Ghost, like she's actually going to be able to cut ties with the father of her children and the man that she is still married to so quickly, it's just unrealistic, selfish, and fucking annoying to say the least. They're standing in line to get the cakes, and the baker knows them. This must be the same bakery they go to every year. And he says, oh, Miss St. Patrick, the usual for the twins, strawberry and chocolate. By mentioning the fact that she was supposed to get 2 cakes before she even got her order out, it just completely took Tasha out, okay? She was hurt and had to cry into Silva's little bony fucking chest. Child, whatever. Not to her pain, but to Silva. You know, like, you think you gallantly stepping in to save a life and all of that, but no the fuck you not, okay? Do you really think that Tasha is some damsel in distress, as if she doesn't know the life that she chose to be in? Yes, she got caught by surprise with the dead teenage daughter shit, but at the same time, she very much knows the business that she is in and the man she was married to, and she was all down for it. She was a hood bitch. So for you to think that you getting Susie Homemaker out of Tasha St. Patrick Silver, you are living in a motherfucking fairy tale, sir. A fairy tale, okay, that nobody is living in except for you. So Angela found out that Sax and Mock have reactivated the tracker on Tommy's car from last season. And Tamika gave them the approval to go through with it. So Angela takes it to Tamika, and Tamika is like, I'll handle it. Because she thinks Tamika don't know. But Tamika was the one that made it okay. She the one that said, okay, go ahead and do that. So they go into the meeting, and Angela still wants to go after the Jimenez. But Tamika is like, nah, boo-boo. Okay, your ex little bed buddy told us that we couldn't do it. Steve said we couldn't. The DOJ, Department of Justice, said we couldn't. So go ahead and let it the fuck go, Angela. Please let it go. Angela is pissed. She doesn't want to let the Jimenez thing go, but she go ahead and leave the meeting. The meeting has been, you know, disbanded. But Donovan, Sax, and Mock are still there. Tamika tells Sax and Mock that if they don't have some real evidence for her by the end of the day, she was taking that tracker off of Tommy's car. When Sax and Mock leave, Donovan tells Tamika about Angela asking him to take all of that evidence away from Detective Blanca Rodriguez of the NYPD. Okay, so now we have to ask ourselves, Tamika, what is Angela hiding? So Teresi has to go ahead and tell Sammy the truth, that he is out of jail because he plans on snitching on Tommy, just to try to make Sammy understand why he picked him to shoot him in the fucking head, okay? Talking about, oh, I felt the gun. I knew it was light. I knew there wasn't a bullet in there. You ain't no shit, Teresi. You ain't no shit, okay? Don't tell him that. Sammy know he lying, okay? But now at least he knows that all of this is a ruse to try to get Tommy and James on some bullshit for the FBI so he can be out when Kanye die, all right? And we just out here like, you shouldn't have been a murderous drug dealer all your life. Like, this makes no fucking sense. I can't stand when people want to try to fuck over several people so that they cannot get what's coming to them in this way. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's your son, bruh. Teresa, you fucked up. Meanwhile, Tommy is telling Kanan and Ghost what happened at Vincent's and the whole situation with them having to get on their knees and no bullet being in the gun and the whole nine. He's pissed off. He feels like they need to kill Dre tonight, all right? And this is when Ghost is like, nah, we can't do that because Tate gave him a fucking job at the QPC. Now he plastered all over television. He has a public image. And if he dies, people gonna know we did it. People gonna think my family did it. So we can't do that. And Tommy is pissed off. He like, man, fuck that shit. Okay, you know he wants to go after Dre and kill Dre, but once again, Ghost is telling him what not to do. Ghost also tells him to forget he knows him whenever he's talking to Teresi's ass, because Teresi is not to be trusted. Tommy's still sitting up there thinking that, you know, he's my father, Ghost, and it's like, bruh, he was your daddy a long time ago. Why is he just not coming into your life? Stop being this stupid nigga that you always tap into being in the most inopportune moments. When Ghost leaves, once again, Kanan is planting little seeds of doubt in Tommy's head, telling him, oh, look, you can't even make a move without Ghost. And I'm like, y'all amateur fucking high school boys right now. What are you doing? Are you really playing on his intelligence in that way? And the fact that Tommy can't see what Kanan is doing is making me mad because Kanan always does this. Kanan always tried to infiltrate and get between Tommy and Ghost. He did it last time. So the fact that Tommy can't see what Kanan is doing just makes me wonder if he's sniffing coke again. Like, what the fuck is going on? He did this to you last time. So Tamika goes into Angela's office to let her know that she knew that Sax and Mock had put that tracker back on Tommy's car, and she approved it. And she didn't tell Angela, even though it undermined her authority, because she didn't know if she could trust Angela. And she brings up the Raymond Jones case and why you confiscating files from Blanca Rodriguez and such, and why you didn't tell me about it. And Angela is like, well, I didn't want to bring it to you until I knew it had legs, okay? But it's definitely just about some dirty cops. And I'm like, girl, Angela, Tamika do not believe you. The look on Tamika's face said, bitch, please. Girl, I know you lying about something. You lying. You lying. I can see it written all over your face. You don't have to say to do, yeah. Smile, 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 smile for me. It's better than any word I've ever heard. So Tate and Andre have a boardroom sit down with surprisingly Stern, okay, who we haven't seen in a while, and James. James looking scraggly. James looking fucking crazy. James looking like he just had a drink and probably about to get a drink soon. Just looking real torn down, brother. You know what I mean? And Tate says that Andre's going to be the new face of QPC. And Ghost is like, bruh, this is my shit. Like, I have the passion and the wherewithal. I can do this. You do not need to take this away from me. Tate says that once again, you have been unreliable. You have been acting fucking crazy on several occasions, doing the most. You need to sit back. You need to step back and let the young buck handle this one. You know, with that annoying ass politician smile on his face. And Stern is like, we have a black. Okay, we have James. He's our black. We don't need another black. Why are we doing this? It seems kind of redundant. And Tate is like, well, sir, I mean, everybody black in the room right now is almost like, I'm rooting for everybody black right now. Just because he said that shit. Like, way to be divisive. And Tate tells them that this is his decision. He's going to choose who the face of QPC is, and he will do what he wants to do. This was just a courtesy call. And when they walk out, Ghost turns to Stern and is like, why the fuck you let them get away with this shit like that? And he like, bro, as many times as I've tried to take your ass down, you have always found a way to wiggle your ass up out my traps. Wiggle away, my friend. Wiggle away. Wiggle-o, 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 wiggle-o. And introducing Kendrick Lamar as Laces. Y'all, Kendrick Lamar took me the fuck out playing a crackhead, okay? I was not ready. I was not ready at all, okay? It was like one of the best, like, paranoid, schizophrenic, seemingly crackhead people I've ever seen. I mean, and I say that because like he was like talking to himself and going in and out and you know, being paranoid and shit. Like it seemed that way. People who have mental issues a lot of the times do drugs to cope with the mental issues. And then they become people like Laces, walking around begging people to buy shit, acting crazy, talking about conspiracy theories, and only having one side of their hair braided like R. Kelly. Like, what the fuck? He's trying to sell some gift cards and a bike to Kanan. And Kanan's like, man, get the fuck up out of my face. You know what I'm saying? He's not really paying him no mind. But then he was like, man, it's them Latinos. They don't want us to have nothing around here, man. Them Latinos, they don't want us to have nothing around here. And you too. And when he said that, for some reason, Kanan was like, yeah, man, I'm going to take the bike and I'm going to take some of them gift cards. All right? And we like, why the fuck? Like, what the fuck? And he asked him, did he know any Italianos? And he was like, with this weird, like, like we should be worried, right? The next thing we see is big ass Kanan riding on what seems like a young woman's bike. Okay, with a basket on the front and everything. Might as well have tassels on the handlebars, bitch. Okay? Rolls up just as Laces is begging some one of Cristobal's dudes, one of Latino gang members. I forgot their names, whatever their gang name is. Laces rolled up on him and was trying to sell him shit like, what you buy this, man? What you buy this, man? You gonna get this, man? You gonna buy this, man? You gonna buy this, man? You gonna get this, man? You know what I'm saying? So he was like, man, look, man, give me the fuck alone. All right, bro, I'll buy this shit. So as soon as he buy the shit, he walk away, he turns around, and there go Kanan busting, pow, pow. And the dude dead on the street, blood all over Lace's face. He don't give a fuck, all right? I was like, what the fuck? So basically, Kanan found a way to use him to kill some of Cristobal's people to make it seem like it was Drea 2-bit, because that's about to be an issue, right? And all along using Laces as like the go-between. So Angela and James meet up at the Foot Locker so he could buy some expensive tennis shoes for Tyreek for his birthday, as if that will actually make him feel better about the dead sister and the lies in the family and all the corruption and just ridiculous illegal shit going on in their family. Like, tennis shoes is not gonna fix this problem, Ghost. It's not. But that's cute of you to try. And also for you to use this opportunity to hang out with Angela. Makes me want to smack you on your balls in a way that would hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, and make them hit each other, and it's uncomfortable and hurts, stings a little bit, burns, makes your knees weak. All I wanted to do was hit this nigga in the dick. You know why? Because She is one of the main reasons why your family fell apart. And here you are on your son's birthday buying him tennis shoes with her standing by your side on some sneak shit. And she couldn't give a fuck less. Like, she is worried about phone calls and if he's hanging out with Dre again, working with Dre again. And he's like, yeah, I'm working with the motherfucker at QPC, but I don't want to. You know, I ain't got no dealings with him no more. And she's like, Jamie, I can't keep getting sucked in, Jamie. And it's like, oh my God, bitch, whatever. You know you want to get sucked in and you want to suck some dick. So stop with the fronting, bitch. Stop acting like you don't want to be there when he called. That's why you keep showing up, trying to act like you don't want to be bothered with him. But here you are, ain't you, bitch? Forgetting that it's the daughter birthday and he all in his feelings and feeling some type of way. He needs you to be there and you was trying to be supportive, but at the same time, you didn't really give a fuck. You were just trying to find out what was going on between him and Drake.
If you wanna get it tonight, get you some sultrylim.com. If you wanna get it tonight, get you some sultrylim.com. Make your body feel right, get you some sultrylim.com.
So because Mock and Sax got their ass handed to them by Tamika in their morning meeting, they go looking for some information from Teresi. Teresi tells them that there was a drive-by that happened and that it's supposedly done by some guy named Dre. Well, they know about Dre from when they questioned Dre when they first investigated Ghost. Okay, so they already know who that is. Teresi tells them, look, man, don't worry about it. I'm going to hand you Tommy and St. Patrick on a silver platter. Don't worry about it. Fuck boys reunite on Power. Angela makes a phone call to Joseph Proctor asking him if he wants to be a lawyer again. And he's like, fuck yeah, I want to be a lawyer again. And we're like, what's about to happen? What's happening? Why? And what? So Dre gets called to his manager's office. Okay, y'all remember that he is now managing another club, right? A club that he's washing the Jimenez drug money with, all right? Little black cute lady coming there, you know, she's sitting at the desk and he walks in, what's going on? And there's James sitting right there across from her. Apparently, Dre signed a non-compete clause when he started working for Ghost at Truth, all right? And Ghost hadn't said nothing about it until now, because now if he doesn't have the club, then maybe, you know, Tate won't want to work with him and make him the face of QPC. If he's taking his job away from him, he's taking the place that he uses to have these events away from him, that maybe that'll weaken this whole thing that Tate is trying to do with Dre, right? And eventually make it easier for them to kill his ass. He gets fired on the spot, and you know he pissed off. Andre's pissed. When is he gonna die? When is he gonna die? So Proctor calls Tommy and they meet under the bridge, right? And they standing there and the shit seemed like real funny. Why we standing so far apart from one another? And Proctor is telling him that he can't trust Teresi. And he like, who told you to tell me that? Nobody told him to tell you that. That is fucking obvious right now. Then Angela rolls up and he's like, man, it's a setup. And he gets in his car, but Angela's like, Tommy, I know you're the distributor for the Jimenez. She tells him that if he signs a plea deal and gives up the Jimenez, that he will get away scot-free. Tommy is like, fuck out of here. I don't trust you, bitch. You know I don't fucking like you. He's doing all of that talking, and she walks around his car and pulls the tracker that had been placed under his car from underneath it. And he's like, you put that there, bitch. You tried to track my car? Like, what the fuck? And he's doing all of this fucking talking, and the whole time she has this confidence while she's walking around like, okay, fuck boy, I'm trying to tell you that the FBI is watching. We watching, and we coming after you. And if you don't sign this deal, you ain't got no protection. So do what you want to do, right? And Proctor trying to convince him that he should take the deal because we coming after you motherfuckers. If I got a tracker on your car, what else you think I might have, you know? But Tommy is just like, bitch, I ain't fucking with you. And I'm like, Tommy's a fucking idiot. I mean, he should have at least heard the bitch out. He should have at least had a conversation with her. If they got a tracker on your car, that means she knows something you don't. Conversation? Maybe? No. You want to be, no, bitch, I don't fuck with you. Like the fuck? Grow up. So Ghost has the event at Truth for QPC. Tate and Dre are there, and he is pissed off. He walks over to them. He's already been drinking. He's like, get the fuck out of my club. You know what I'm saying? And Dre's like, you know, man, I ain't, you know. And Tate is like, James, why are are you doing all of this? I told you that this is my thing and I'm going to run it how I want to, okay? So why don't you just chill out and take a step back and let us run this. Let us do this. Excuse us. And then he walks away. The preacher comes over and talks to James, but he's drinking and not paying attention and is just being real angry and disgruntled at this bar, drawing fucking attention to himself. The preacher was like, son, if you ever need to talk, come and talk to me. And he's like, I ain't your son, nigga. And he was like, okay, come and holler at me if you need me. Like, just completely ignore what he said because obviously he's grief-stricken at this point, right? Tate comes in his face and he's like, man, you can't take this away from me. I earned this. This is mine. It's about my daughter and her legacy, all drunk and shit. And Tate is like, you embarrassing yourself. You don't deserve this. You don't deserve this. He kept saying that shit to him and he grabbed him up by the neck and put him down against that fucking ball and was about to choke the life out of that motherfucker until he realized that all of the people were watching in the bar and Stern's like, James. And everybody's looking at him and he, looks around and then he runs out the bar. And I'm like, thank you. Once again, embarrassing the fuck out of yourself and making us watch. Cringeworthy. So meanwhile, James is having this fucking episode at Truth in front of Tate and Dre and the rest of the fuckboys of the city. His family is having a birthday dinner that he is nowhere to be found at. Tommy's there and Tariq is pissed. Tariq is just sitting there very much annoyed by the fact that his dad is not there. They're trying to have casual conversation about Choate and all of this shit, but it's just very apparent that shit ain't right. Okay, Tasha mama all in her business when she texting Silver and I'm like, lady, you need to mind your fucking business because ain't nothing gonna aggravate me more than your own mama trying to make you feel bad about moving on with your life after your husband had dogged you the fuck out like this and you done held him down all these years, regardless of the fact that he left you for another woman and then that other woman almost got his ass put in jail for life. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, ma. I'm just saying, smoke your cigarette and drink your drink, calm the fuck down. Like, that's what you need to do, ma. Jesus Christ. I was just like, talk about who you texting. No, that's not what we gonna do. Tommy decides that he gonna take Tariq on a little drive. He lets him drive his old school car, having like a little moment and shit like that. They pull over and he asks for the keys. So he takes the keys and he says, you the one that snitched and told Dre that we was coming for him, huh? Why did you do that? And I'm surprised that Tommy knew. I didn't even realize that he had figured that shit out. And basically, Tariq is like, well, he gave me Ray's address when I was looking for him. He helped me do what I had to do, so I was just looking out. He was like, you snitched, and I almost got killed because of it. Loyal only to yourself, huh, Reek? You just remember, you don't know shit. Talking about he think he did the right thing. I did the right thing, Uncle Tommy. Shut the fuck up, Tariq. You don't know shit. You don't know if what you're doing is the right thing because you don't know what the fuck is going on. You don't even know that if it wasn't for the fact that your puppy drunk half the time, he probably would have snapped your fucking neck already. But we're going to get to that in a moment. But you don't know. You don't know. So Laces is helping Kanan kill some other dudes, and Kanan was about to kill him. He pulled out his gun. You know what I'm saying? He got brain mad all over his face and shit like that, but he all bucked up because he got the money out the wildin' and all of that. He gets to take shit from the people when he's rolling up on them, asking them to buy shit. They put out their wallet. They give him some money. Here come Kanan, pow, pow, pow. This time it wasn't really like that. It was just some cats that he was talking shit to, and two of the homeboys got in the car and rolled off, and one of them was left, and Kanan comes out the door and shoots him square in the fucking head. I was like, oh, wow. And he didn't even flinch. Laces did not even flinch. And that shit was just like all over everywhere. So like I said, Kanan pulls out his gun like he's about to shoot him and realizes that the motherfucker ain't all right in the head anyway. So Kanan wipes his prints off the gun and hands the gun to Laces and sell it. And Laces says, you ain't got no friends, huh? It's hard for you to keep connections, huh? I was like, he going off, reading the fuck out of him, and then he start acting crazy again and saying crazy shit again. And Kane's like, man, you a crazy motherfucker. Get the fuck out of my face. But Kanan let him live and let him take that gun with him. I hope he hurry up and sell that shit, but it's probably going to get, brought back to Laces in some type of way. Either way, Kanan is out here killing people in Cristobal's gang. And we didn't realize this until Cristobal talked to Dre about it because he thinks that 2-Bit did it. And Dre is like, like, if you think 2-Bit did it, then you think that I told him to do that. And me killing your dudes is not good for business. And our bosses would not be happy with that. I didn't want a number 2. But I damn sure ain't gonna try to like fuck over you in the process, fucking up my own business. All right? Fuck out my face with that shit. But Cristobal don't believe none of that shit. Cristobal definitely thinks that it's either 2-Bit or Dre trying to come after him, but he thinks that 2-Bit wants his spot. And it's true, 2-Bit do want his spot. So Silver comes up with the cake and puts the cake in front of Tariq. They open the cake box and it says Raina on it. And her mama loves pointing out the obvious. Oh, you got the wrong cake. I know, mama, I know. She like completely breaks down, and then the fucking police are walking through the door. Okay, the detective who was investigating Raina's death and Blanca Rodriguez, who's investigating Raymond Jones' murder, come up the elevator and come in asking about Tasha's gun. And she says that I reported that gun stolen weeks ago. They call it in and they find out that it's true, but they had a whole fucking warrant and a seizure notice. So it means that they suspect something, and them coming in was just a distraction to see what was going on, but they definitely believe that there's some foul play going on within the family. And Silver was there to catch it all. So Silver is looking at Tasha like, you just lied about that gun. I watched you put that gun in the safe. So why are you lying to protect Ghost? Why? He has done nothing but fuck over y'all life and put y'all in harm's way, and you need to be backing away from him, but you still defending him. And she's like, no, it wasn't him. I told you the truth that night. It was me. I killed Raina's murderer. I did it. And Tariq is outside the bedroom listening to her. And Tariq hears his mom saying that she did it. And I think he really started to feel bad about that. So after Tasha, like, you know, ran back in the bedroom after the whole cake situation and she was feeling all bad, he went to go check on her. And he's like, Mom, like, why don't you just let me tell the truth? Why don't you let me turn myself in? And she's like, no, bruh, if you really want to help me, you'll just get out of the fucking way and let us do this the way we planned. It's handled. And she's so emotional, and he turns around to leave and he turns back around. He's like, Ma, do you wish it was me dead instead of Raina? And she couldn't even answer. She just cried more and ran out the room. So now he feels like his mom wishes he was dead instead of his sister. He probably feels like that. He knows his daddy feels like that. So I really feel like Tariq is about to go off the deep end for real this time. And I don't know if anybody will be able to save his bratty, disgusting, big 5-head ass. So then James comes home, all drunk and fucked up with them tennis shoes, talk about, here's your gift, son. He could barely stand up. And Tariq is like, you're drunk. And then he starts to talk to him about how he ain't been doing no work. Drug dealing ain't no job. And I'm like, nigga, please. Yes, it is. Okay, it may not be honest, but it pays the bills. I'm just saying, it's a hustle. It's a job. It's, you know, it's a standing on the corner all day, all night. My life is in danger. Watch my back type of job. It's definitely some fucking work that you don't know about because all you was doing was stealing from folks. So please spare me with your fucking soapbox 17-year-old little boy, okay? 17-year-old, green behind the ears, wet with a dick in the booty little boy, please, okay? Like, I just be looking at Tariq sometimes like, you think you know so much and you know absolutely fucking nothing. You know nothing about that life. You don't know shit about that life. So he keeps going in on Ghost and telling Ghost he ain't shit. And if Raina wasn't dead, she, you know. So he keeps going in on Ghost. And then he says the final thing that makes Ghost like try to leap at him. I'm telling you, he was so fucked up. If he wasn't so fucked up, he would probably try to kill Tariq. Tariq was like, Raina was the only one who still loved you. And if she hadn't loved you, maybe she would still be alive. Because everybody that hates your ass is still here. And the only person that really still loves you is dead. Like trying to make Ghost feel like he don't deserve to be loved and shit like that. I mean, Tariq went all the way fucking in on him. Tasha had to come in and break the shit up. And she told Ghost to get the fuck out. She said, you could come back when we leave. All right? So Teresi and Tommy are sitting at the bar having a conversation. And Teresi is expressing his regret about not snitching on some of the Italians because they wouldn't spit on his ass if he was on fire, and he went to jail and missed out on all of these years, all of this time with Connie and with Tommy trying to be savior for them niggas. You know what I'm saying? So now he feeling like maybe he shouldn't have done that. I don't know whether he was drunk. I don't know whether he meant to say that, but he did see the check that Tommy got from Ghost, which was the check he gave him for cleaning his money. So now Teresi knows that Tommy uses Ghost to clean his drug money, which is what he's going to tell the FBI. And Tommy, who at this moment is looking at Teresi, it's like, so you would snitch? You would snitch? And it's like, yeah, nigga, he would snitch. He telling you he would snitch in so many words, but you are still somehow clueless about him taking that information to mock and sex. So Diego rolls up on Dre, all right? And first of all, he wants to know if Dre planted his gold gun. And I'm like, you still ain't figured out that that was your fucking sister, you idiot? But then he's pissed off that Dre isn't working in the club anymore. And Dre says it's all Tommy and that nigga Ghost's fault. It's all Tommy's and Ghost's fault, man. It's not my fault. They fucking up the business. I'm like, yeah, whatever, nigga. All right. So this makes Diego feel like they're going to have to go after Ghost and Tommy. So now Ghost and Tommy and Kanan going to have to be worrying about crazy ass Diego and Dre. Tommy goes to Angela's apartment, and before she opens up the door, she gets her gun out the safe and puts it in her waistband. When she let him in the apartment, she offers him that deal again. He said, you really don't know me, huh? I'm not taking that fucking deal because I ain't no rat. All right. And this is to me when I think he realizes that Teresi is trying to fuck over him. Right. So he just asked for the tracker back that Angela took off his car earlier in the episode. Right. So she gives it to him. But she says, how do you know that I won't just arrest you with the Jimenez when I get the evidence that I need? And he was like, the same reason that you got that gun and put it in your waistband before you let me in the door. That's the reason why you're not going to do that. All right. He was like, oh, yeah. And I like that plant you had next to the window instead of over there in the corner. I was like, wow, he letting you know you can be touched. So Tariq is getting a ride to Cho from Kanan. And I don't know how to feel about this. I really don't. I do see, however, that Tariq feel like he ain't got nobody. He feel like his mom hates him, his dad hates him, and now he's sitting in a fucking car with Kanan. But at least he turned down the lean. So that shows some self-growth. I'm got my good eye on you, Tariq. I got my good eye on you, nigga. James goes to see that preacher who offered his help. And he goes and he talks to him. And the thing that's pissing me off the most about this scene is Ghost's incapability to admit that he has some part in this. You are the drug dealer in the family that caused all of this shit to happen. So for you to only see where Tasha went wrong, where Tariq went wrong, everybody else is coming at you. You need to figure out what the fuck you doing to cause all of this to be coming towards you. And the preacher just basically tells him, you need to figure out what type of person you want to be. What type of person would Raina want you to be? And he says that she would want him to be a better person and that he wants to be a better man. And the preacher like, you have to want to be a better man for yourself, not for anybody else. And then we see him popping up at Angela's house, walking through the door all fucking sad, her looking at him all, you know, lusty and love lost and shit. And we like, here you motherfuckers go again. Here y'all go again. Anyway, y'all, that was this week's episode of Power. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Care Bear, share, shake them tits, shake them tits, shake them tits. Send your people my way. I love you. See you in the next one.